Da-da-da. 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 Day 2.
The slightly gigglier version.
I loved that one better.
That one was fun.
Yeah.
Maybe next time we should get some jingle bells.
We should.
Yeah, Christmas it up.
Christmas up
Okay.
your jingle.
God knows this series needs
Needs some Christmas.
It's full of joy. What are you talking about?
Yeah. These 5 days probably definitely being during the summer as well.
100%. There is no Christmas time.
Absolutely not. But may I say, kudos straight off the bat. No, actually, let's not do that because I haven't done introductions. How terrible am I? How bad am I? Because it is day 2, and I am Regan, and I am once again joined by my wonderful co-host Pete and special guest Donna.
Yay.
Now, absolute kudos to those on the production crew for showing just how much ears are affected by explosions. I loved the transition between the music and the destruction sound and stuff, and then into the kind of the underwater sound effects.
Yeah.
It was really clever.
That was very, very cool.
But only for Gwen.
Only for Gwen.
Only for Gwen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nobody else is.
Presumably because she was standing right on top of it
Yeah.
when it went up.
Yanto, he straight away shots and he's like, what?
He's super. He's a super.
But Gwen, before she can go off and find anyone, is cornered by 2 people in high vis. We presume are part of an ambulance crew, but turns out very quickly to be part, or an extended part of this assassination outfit, because they have their very own assassination ambulance.
Assassinable. No, that doesn't work.
And they drag her in, and I think one of them's got a syringe.
Yeah. He's about to dose her up. Good.
Yeah.
And she very quickly dispatches both of them.
Yeah, she bites into that dude's arm.
Yeah. I think there's kicking
Blood
and
and all.
oh, she pick up a fire extinguisher to the head.
And to the
Yeah.
balls.
And there's some serious noise coming off of that as well.
Oh yeah, there's a
That's a
clang.
donk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful clang. And I think we then get to see what Yanto's up to.
I think doesn't she try and get
think
out
she-
of the ambulance first?
No,
and
she
get
drives
sniped?
off. She drives off a bit with the ambulance.
Oh, I thought
'Cause-
she got a sniper attempted and then.
Oh no! Yes, sorry. Yes.
Yeah. And does a
Attention.
nice like jump
Absolutely.
lean and then.
Oh yeah. Now we get to appreciate just how bad this sniper is a bit later. This is the worst sniper of all time.
The stormtrooper of Sniper.
Yeah. But yeah, he's even got a red laser sight. This should be the easiest shot ever.
Which he shines directly into her eyeball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she is still able to dodge it.
Yeah.
I think he ends up like clipping one of the passed out.
He kills them straight away.
Well, we don't know if it's a kill shot. It's in the shoulder.
It's nothing like giving your position away, is it? Like
Yeah.
straight in
Yeah.
the eye. Here I am.
We presume he's on top of the Millennium Center. I don't think we get to properly see, but it looks like the brown curved
Yeah.
roof.
We presume he should get fired.
Yeah.
It's really bad at his job. You have one job.
He's taken that stairs that apparently is available to every member of the public up to the roof of the Millennium Center.
Yeah.
That both Gwen and Jack
Just
took in the
set
first episode. But yeah, she's able to fire off a few shots, and then I think she gets into the ambulance and just drives
Flies
off.
away. One of the assassinators still in. the
Yes.
ambulance,
And we have Yanto, who's pulled himself out of some debris and is also being fired at, but also being missed.
Yeah, could literally be he's outrunning the sniper shots.
Yeah.
There's I know you haven't seen the series, but I don't know if you've seen it yet. But when both of you watch it, this will hopefully give you both a laugh. The Fallout series,
All right.
I'm
Okay.
guessing you haven't seen yet.
No,
There's a scene with someone traveling at the same distance, at the same speed, with a dog as well, and they're being fired at by an auto turret that's at the same distance from me to you, and missing every shot.
Oh wow.
It is horrific. I was assured by someone who plays the Fallout games that those guns are just that inaccurate, but
Oh, really?
just to see it in live
What's
action,
the point of them then?
it's fairly ridiculous. So yeah, Yanto's able to kind of run. I think the sniper he comes down a load of steps and he's just like a street corner away and shoots off a shot as well, but still misses.
Oh, I also like. There's obviously been an explosion, so
Yes.
people are preoccupied.
Mm-hmm.
He's not being very inconspicuous, Mr. Sniper Man.
No.
Why aren't people going, what the fuck?
Well, presumably when the explosion went off, people like scarpered. No one's standing around.
There doesn't seem to be anybody.
No,
Literally, there is Gwen and the ambulance.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is at the dead of night, but Donna and I have seen Cardiff at different points of the night, and I don't think there'd really ever be a point when that portion of Cardiff would be completely deserted.
No, there's always people there.
Even in the early 2000s, which presumably this is when this is set.
Yeah. Just odd.
I don't know. Oh, do you think that poor preacher got it?
Oh my god.
So when we were in Cardiff, there was a I don't know what faith he belonged to, but there was a chap with a microphone and a full on speaker reading off Bible passages, and I think it wasn't.
He was really into it.
Oh yeah, it was like a hallelujah kind of projecting out.
Okay.
And his we assume wife or partner, poor lady, just standing quietly next to him. Out in the open whilst he's
so bored.
Yeah, while he was doing this.
He was supporting him.
Yes.
By being there.
Yeah. And he was there a long time.
Or making sure he didn't harass anyone.
So bored she was.
We didn't see him during the night though, so we assume that he survived.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
It's a daytime preacher. Now, Andy has a moment which I don't know if. He has a weird bit of dialogue here, because after everyone's cleared out and the assassin turns up and they're searching through the debris and the normal police turn up, do you remember what his line is?
Oh
I've got it.
If that's
anti-terrorist, I would not mind.
Uncle Terrorist.
Oh, Uncle Terrorist. Yes, I laughed out loud at that.
It was great.
I really like him as a character.
I think he's really
he's
funny.
So good.
Andy has some great moments later in this series. He really comes through.
Yeah.
Boss.
Yeah. Brilliant.
But especially during, just thinking about the time period when this is set, weren't there quite a lot of like terrorism threats? Well, I suppose it's more London way, but at least around that point there were.
Yeah.
Seems like an odd thing for a member of the police to say.
Yeah.
Just out to one of his peers.
Yeah.
Especially the peers like, oh yeah. I would be the absolute worst at going into hiding. I don't know about you guys, because we now cut back to Gwen, who's woken up Reese.
Oh, poor Reese. He's like, what?
And the poor guy immediately impulsively grabs his phone and a book. I could trace you with this, and we won't have time to read.
I think he would have had plenty of time to read.
Yeah. He's just a normal guy, isn't he? That's just so out of the loop. Yeah. And it's great.
And he tries so hard.
He does. I think there's a bit of this that Donna could quite heavily relate to with me, because they're struggling to find the keys.
Oh. Are you a key losing guy?
He doesn't put them in the same place. I've got a place in my house.
There's nowhere for me to put a little
You've got a
table.
Hook. You've got a hook.
Yes,
you just haven't put it on the wall.
It is admittedly on my bedside table, still in its like plastic package.
Man, put the hook up.
He's had it the whole time we're together. It's still in the packaging.
Put the hook up.
I think I actually bought that I bought that hook for my old apartment. It wasn't even this apartment I bought.
It's been with you from apartment to apartment.
Yeah. Every time we try and leave, we can't find the keys.
Yeah.
Every time.
Mine live on a nail above my front door.
It's a good place to be them. Boom. Because then you know where they are.
That or my record table.
Yeah, all right. Admittedly, there have been, because I'm so bad with my keys, there have been multiple times where I've woken up and it's like, I'm about to leave in the morning and I'm like, where are my keys? And then I remember and I open the front door and there they are on the other side of the door.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
I suppose at least you're relatively secure.
Yeah.
I couldn't do that in mine.
No.
Not mine. But mine maybe, but yeah, still not.
Nah. Usually those are times I've gone out and had a few and
I'm in.
Forgotten. So
he's bless him, he's phoned Yanto, hasn't he? While they
Oh, no.
No, Yanto
Yanto
calls.
phoned. Yeah, he
Yanto
just
phoned him.
picked up the
answered
phone.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And she's like, "What are you doing?"
Oh,
And he immediately announces, presumably over the phone,
Yeah,
"It's Yanto!"
It's Yanto! But bless I love him.
Yeah.
I love him.
He just has no idea.
But not Scooby Doo.
No.
It seems odd, though, that the Torchwood team haven't pre-coordinated a area that they would meet.
Yeah.
And the fact they're having to think of one on the fly, which was, if memory serves, the last time we had ice cream, which doesn't work because Yanto gets a headache. And he has
Hate
an
ice cream.
Which, come on, Yanto, what the hell?
Yeah,
Who hates ice cream?
yeah.
Sad people, that's it.
I never used to hate ice cream, but I understand the headache side of things because I'd always enjoy it too much and then get the headache.
Oh, okay.
I'd love
Disown
it.
you.
No. I'd love it, but I'd always eat it too fast and pay the price.
Okay.
Although I am more of a sorbet man.
Oh.
Do like a good mango sorbet. Mango ice cream is the devil's work, but mango sorbet is the
Good to know. Don't buy that.
is the stuff. So poor Frobisher, because when you next see him, his kids are taking this situation very lightly.
They are
where
being
he's-
so cruel to him.
Yeah,
Wow.
where they in unison say, "We want
We
a
want
pony,"
a pony, we want a pony.
to which he's internally crying
Oh
over.
my
Yeah.
god, you can just see him just like, oh.
And he's just justifying everything to his wife. He's like, "See, they're fine."
Yeah,
They're
fine. They're
fine.
fine. He knows full well they're not fine.
Yeah.
But he's like, yeah, okay, I'll just take this. I'll take this and run with it. They're playing silly buggers, so I will attempt to play silly buggers
Yes.
with them on too.
Now, someone else in this scene is rather stressed. His wife.
Yeah.
Because she, as unfortunately a lot of people do who are higher up within the civil service and their partners do, just have to deal with the fact that they know quite a lot and they have to sign the Official Secrets Act, and that's just how that is.
Yeah.
But one thing I saw my notes and I had to take for a moment because Donna experienced this earlier, I think either last night or earlier this morning, that my notes are just either quotes or just thoughts. They're not like, this was specifically this scene.
They're different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What on earth is a hula hoop craze? Because that's what his wife is like. This isn't a hula hoop craze. What is that?
I think literally just.
I know what a hula hoop is, but what in the early 2000s were there a lot of people doing that?
I think there was just a crazy people
okay.
buying hula hoops.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I think it was literally
It's
that
just a
simple.
thing.
I wasn't sure if it was like an acronym for something
I
or
don't think so. I think people just went. I didn't.
no.
But I think it was
I
just a
didn't
thing.
either.
So Johnny comes through a bit here because earlier in the episode he's deduced that there are men outside.
Oh yeah.
Well, he gets a letter, I think.
Yeah,
and
the card. Yanto sent a card, doesn't
his
he?
son saying like, oh, "Be careful,
The house might be bugged.
it might be bugged."
Yeah.
And I think they deduced that there's two men outside in a car.
Yeah.
Have they been raided by this point?
Oh yeah, they've been raided.
They've been
in the middle
raided.
of the night.
Oh,
in the
yeah.
middle of the night.
Yes.
And the poor
Which
buggers
was-
asleep naked.
I didn't need to see it.
It's weird. Even the music's doing like a ew. Horrific behaviour. Because I'm not going to ask my fellow hosts to relay their sleeping arrangements, but me personally,
think of
willing to
nothing-
say outright, I do not sleep
I
naked.
could think of nothing worse than sleeping naked.
No, it's
Absolutely
horrific
not.
decision.
I literally need to be fully
regardless of
clothed.
the temperature. I'd just shorts or just underwear at least.
Yeah.
But they
I struggle if it's really hot in the summer.
Yeah.
Not sleeping, without shorts and a t-shirt on. I'm like, I can't live here. What if somebody breaks into my house?
yeah, looking for Yanto.
Looking for Yanto and I'm butt naked. Please leave me alone. Let me get changed first.
But there's children there. Children
Also, yes.
are
His children.
notorious. They're notorious for not knocking on a door, just wandering in.
Yeah.
No.
Although presumably maybe they've had one scarring day and they just don't do
Maybe.
it now. They understand.
They are older.
Although I do enjoy his line though when they literally rip the sheets off of him. They're like, we're looking for Yanto Jones. Like, he's not going to be in my bed, is he?
I'm a married man. Now we are kind of questioning that, but I had a previously locked memory come back to me. In my early secondary school days, I had a best friend, and his nothing too horrific. But even in the early days of going over to his house, it became very clear to me that his parents I mean, more power to them, but we're quite comfortable walking around with very little on. And I seem to remember seeing his dad. Just
Oh, his
Oh
dad.
God!
he was wearing very comedically tight white pants.
Oh dear!
Just coming out of the bathroom, and
Couldn't do that now, could you?
And-
kids would say some
Oh
things.
my god.
and Donna knowing my father, and you
Yeah.
imagining my upbringing from that. Imagine my reaction where I
God.
probably hadn't seen anything past the sleeve line.
Were you like, ooh, show me your ankles? That kind of vibe.
Dude, I'd seen more than just that. But yeah, so I suppose there are families out there that are just kind of more
It's
comfortable.
normal for
Yeah.
people, but
With what they do.
Not my cup of tea.
That is fair. But Johnny does come through in the scene because the letter that he gets through from Yanto, his partner. I don't know if it's ever established they're married, so we'll just go with partner. Reads, and I think it's just a note saying, "The place where Dad broke my arm, bring the
My
laptop."
leg.
Oh, sorry, my leg.
Yeah,
Bring the laptop.
Yeah.
And
She's full on questioning whether
Yeah,
or not
like-
this
Yeah.
is
well,
what's he done.
Yeah, why is he bringing this to our door?
Yeah.
But Johnny comes straight through. It's
Oh
like,
my God, I love
we are
it.
the only family he has, which
Yeah.
is beautiful.
It's really nice. It's really nice to see that underneath all that, like, stereotypical lad
Yeah.
behaviour,
Mm.
being a dick to him earlier on about being gay at the point, and then just
Yeah.
suddenly going, no, actually,
No, we need to help him.
yeah,
Yeah.
for an unrelated person as well,
Yeah.
like, having a brother-in-law. I mean, I know it's important, but it's not a
Yeah.
blood relation or a family tie immediate.
Mm.
So yeah, I loved it. I thought it was really, really
Yeah.
sweet.
Mm.
And they carried that through with the
Yeah.
yeah.
Helping her. Oh.
So to get her safely out of the house, he rallies.
He rallies the troops.
Isn't it just children he rallies?
Yeah.
Yep.
Gets a load of kids and gets them to all harass the
Harass
people.
the people
in the
who
front.
Have not undercovered themselves very well, have
No.
they?
Yeah, I think one of them like brings his coat
like,
over
yeah.
his mouth. It's like, dude, the game's up, mate.
You're done. You're
done.
done. But they don't even make an attempt to move the kids, like open the car doors
No.
or whatever. They just
Or
sit there going
slowly
oh.
drive away. They just sit
They just
there
sit there
and
and
take it.
have it.
Well,
yeah.
they said, I don't know what you're talking about, while they've got an earpiece in with a
Oh.
thing coming down
Yeah.
their neck.
Yeah.
Um,
But yeah, hooray for Johnny.
Yes.
Local hero at that point.
He went up in our estimations.
Big time.
so, well, I think we've skipped, as in classic Never Ever Eat Pears
Of course,
fashion,
I'm
we've
sure
skipped
we
out
missed a
little
whole
bits,
bunch of
but
stuff.
it cuts in between, so
How could we not?
we'll get there. So, our auntie terrorist says that she has found the remains. I think she's
Oh,
on the
she
phone
found-
to
yeah.
Frobisher, and she's found
An arm.
a leg and the remains of a
bit of a
head.
head,
It's a
yeah.
waste of a body
like
bag.
a half of a head, wouldn't it?
Yeah, waste of a body bag. Yeah, half
Yeah,
of
yeah,
it.
Yeah. Half of a
Um,
head.
And they don't know if it's Jack, but she presumes.
They presume it's going to be.
It's gonna be Jack.
Because
Um,
they've seen that Yanto and Gwen are missing, haven't they?
So I suppose the snipers reported back. You
Two
know,
escapes, yeah. Oh, I missed him. Sorry.
I'm more of a shotgun guy, and don't know
And
why
they're
you
just
asked me, to
hoping
be honest.
Yeah, they're hoping it's Yanto and not Jack that's
Yeah, yeah.
assuming.
So this body bag is taken to a facility which is probably a reuse set. It seemed it looks very much like what we were mentioning last episode, the missing peoples episode, where they're keeping all the people in those kind of room with all the
Yeah.
paint flickering off of the walls and stuff. It looked very
Yeah.
much like that,
Yeah.
like an old prison. I think they just asked to watch the body.
See if it does anything
Mm.
while they're waiting for DNA test results, aren't
I
they?
think so, yeah.
Yeah. Basically just testing to see whether or not he will come back from this. Isn't it?
Yeah.
And we do see pretty quick that there's that horrific panning shot over the body bag as it starts to
I don't like it.
re-inflate.
When I first watched that, I
Mm.
thought, is that part of his body breathing? And then I realised it wasn't rising and falling. It was
No, it's just
rising. I was like,
filling.
that would have been if he had started just growing that way, and his lungs had just started breathing.
Oh,
really well.
yeah.
Yeah, that I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Now we are going to have what I've appropriately labelled the Deadpool conversation. So obviously it would be difficult for Jack to be in this situation. But if you were to perfectly cut him in half, like
Yeah.
from head to whatever, what half would grow back,
I don't know.
or would you end up with 2 Jacks?
Well, just because they found them pieces doesn't mean there weren't more pieces.
Yeah.
So there could be more Jacks.
Well, I always kind of assume, except for the down the middle, I would always assume that they would grow back from
The head.
the head,
Okay.
and then whatever other body parts are kind of
Yeah.
they're just there now.
Oh, okay.
I don't know, but that's just me assuming because I'm like, you know what, I need to logic my way through this, so this is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But down the middle, I don't know.
There's some poor sod who's working outside the bar in Cardiff Bay, and you know lots of people like leave glasses and stuff outside the bar when they're shut up. They come by originally, it's like, oh, there's an eyeball in there. And then they come back and it's like, there's an eyeball and a jaw in there.
Oh god. It's just.
It's
Yeah,
a weird
it's
concept.
a lot.
isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a lot to think about.
But seeing this anti-terrorist and a guard come in and unzip the bag again, and it is a horrifically well done
Really well done. graphic as
skeleton with a bit of meat on it.
well. Yeah.
Yeah, because
it's grim.
You expect to just see Jack, don't you? Really?
Yeah, you expect to see.
That's-
Oh, I can tell that that's John Barrowman.
Yeah.
Can you not tell that that's John Barrowman?
No,
No.
it's a full-on skelly boy.
No.
That is freaky.
Um,
Yeah, it's grim.
yeah,
Really well
especially because you can like see the. It's not drool, but it
done.
like
It's all sticky.
it's
yeah.
all sticky. It's stringing.
Yeah, it's stringing. It's stringing.
Um,
And then
she asks him to like chain it, take it out of the bag, and
bag.
I'm so because the logistics of that would have been horrific
I'm
to
glad we didn't
try
have
and
to see
film.
it.
We've
Yeah.
never got to see him struggle to do
Also,
that.
No, thank
the
you.
fucker didn't even put any gloves on.
No,
He was just like, yeah, okay.
oh, hands in.
Gagging, but going for it. It's like, ugh.
I know this is a reused set, but surely some marigolds are just lying
There's got to
around.
be something somewhere.
But I think further down, we'll stick with Jack for a bit longer because
Yeah.
after that,
Hop to and throw, don't we?
yeah, we see Jack and he's not completely back together.
Oh.
He's just a big red boy.
He's a big red boy and he's screaming.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's
horrific.
horrible. Like,
Um,
you'd like to think that level of pain, you'd blot out that memory.
Yeah.
or you just
So-
wouldn't be conscious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
No.
horrendous. Thinking about what he goes through just in this episode alone,
Yeah,
you're like, oh my god, how is he not just sitting there like comatose at the end of this?
Mm.
It's grim.
I've read somewhere before that if you get certain type of burns on your body, once you get to
Yeah.
a certain point, you just
Burns
don't
through the
feel
nerves
pain.
and you can't
You don't
feel
feel
it.
pain
Yeah.
anymore. So the fact that he can even feel it is
but I suppose all his nerves are growing
Awful.
back. Like these are fresh nerves.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a horrible thing to think about.
Yeah.
oh
Even
god.
ooh.
With this
Yeah.
being the third series, this is probably the most gruesome we've ever seen Jack
think it
come
is,
back
really.
from
Yeah.
being dead. Because a lot of the time it's just like shot in the head, shot in the chest, whatever.
Yeah,
It's like the normal
classic
ways.
stuff, Yeah.
But the fairly clean ways by all
Yeah.
accounts. And
Yeah.
but no, it's yeah.
It's nasty.
We get to see all the parts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
We
it's
do
like
later on, don't we?
it's like
Yeah.
it's like that scene in Last of the Time Lords where Jack's relating to the Doctor all the various ways that he got killed before he kind of
Yeah,
deduced
yeah,
it. It's like, do you want to
Yes.
see that on screen? Do you want to?
Yeah, we'll do that for you.
Yeah, we'll show you what that looks like. So we cut back to Gwen and Reese still on the run, and Gwen has deduced
Yeah.
that the place they need to be is London.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
they've just tried to get money out of the
And
ATM.
then they can't, yeah,
Yes.
both their cards have been blocked.
Yeah.
So Reese, being a trucker,
Mm-hmm.
deduces that they can get to Cardiff,
In-
from Cardiff to London in a food container.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we've done perhaps not. We've done a longer trip to Cardiff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So we did from here
Yeah.
to Cardiff.
Yeah.
And I cannot imagine the uncomfortable journey that they had lying on top of potatoes
Potatoes.
for that length of time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awful.
But we do, not just the potatoes, we do get a bit of a reveal because Gwen finally reveals to Reese that she is pregnant. And
Yeah. Without saying it,
Yeah. She doesn't even say it.
she just
She
kind of does
does
a
a
few.
look.
Yeah, a few looks. He's so cute.
oh yeah, because she's talking about being travel sick, and he's like,
Yeah.
"You haven't been travel sick before."
Yeah.
But that that makes me feel like they were trying, because he got to it so quickly.
Well, he said in the first episode when he was looking at the new house, he was like, one of the rooms could be a
nursery.
Yes,
a nursery,
he did.
and she said not yet, and he said, oh, maybe one day. So I think it's
so-
on his mind, I think, more than it was
Yeah.
on hers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I suppose, I think, because it is explored later when she's starting to get a bit upset about being pregnant in the current situation, that everything that she's gone through, the pill wouldn't have been able to combat a pregnancy.
Yeah,
Because the retcon and everything else in her system. I think she says, what chance would the pill have had against everything that I've been through?
Yeah.
So I suppose that's the surprise for her and for Reese. I suppose they weren't trying, at least at that point.
Yeah.
Fair.
So we get some more civil service commentary when Yanto's sister meets him in the park.
Yeah.
And she sees him all bloodied and bruised, and
Yeah, and it's like, what the fuck?
yeah, and what kind of civil servant are you? To which he replies, an unappreciated.
Yeah.
And we get some more children stopping, don't we?
Well, we do and we don't. I know.
do?
Oh yeah.
Oh, is there a
one
child?
The one at the back.
So you've got the
tries.
girl in pink doing a really, really good job, and then this little blonde girl going, what? And she's just kind of moving around going, oh, shit.
Not quite there. Not quite there.
But all they needed to do is edit that shot out. They just needed to cut that frame up a little bit, but they didn't.
No.
Because she's right at the back corner. They could have just...
She's so, easily
sorted
admitted.
that.
Bless her little cotton socks.
Yeah, I noticed her.
Yeah, I was like, so you tried, love?
It's the director's daughter, really, isn't it? Just like, here you go on there.
Yeah. No, stand still.
It is said later in the episode that they do this 38 times.
Yeah.
Which, again, must have been...
They say it 38 times, or they stop 38 times.
They say it 38 times.
Yeah.
Which, again, must have been horrific.
A long time.
Yeah, that is a long
That's
time.
what would be, 2 minutes?
Yeah, if not more than that, because they're not just saying we are coming, they say we are coming tomorrow.
We are coming tomorrow.
And
I love that all the kids in the playground have pretty much stopped in exactly the same place as they did last time.
Yes.
Hey, now, speaking as a child who frequented the playground, I had a very specific location of the playground to which I frequented.
Not. I went everywhere.
Well, I wasn't much of a social butterfly.
I was in the library. I barely went in the bloody playground.
That is fair. Have I told you my lunchtime story?
No.
So, being a fan of fantasy even back then, or just anything to do with film, I had a specific friend that we'd always reenact certain scenes together during break time and things like that. My favourite being the encounter that Jack has initially with Davy Jones, and I'd always play Davy Jones. And we there was one lunchtime where I was like, I want to get out quicker so we can play longer. And I thought, how do I eat my lunch quicker? I know, I'll combine it all into one easy to eat object.
Oh no.
Which was fine when it was just a ham sandwich in the crisps. Because, crisp ham sandwich, even on brown bread, you could probably, get away with that. It became more problematic when I started to add the grapes, the Nutri-Grain bar, and the entire carton of apple juice.
Into your sandwich!
Well, on it, in its Tupperware. Until it just became slush.
Oh, God. Oh, mate.
And for whatever reason, I was so much of the belief that my parents, or at least my mum, would know had I not eaten my sandwich, even though there would be no way that she would know. I ate the lot.
Oh no.
And obviously it took me quadruple the time.
Way longer.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, never tried that again.
I mean, props for creativity.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trying to problem solve.
I'm just trying to, manage my time better, Peter. That was not it. So they get to London, Reese and Gwen. Is there a bit before?
This is what I meant about the stopping, because the kids have stopped in the middle of the road, and this lorry has just stopped.
Oh,
and
yeah.
not hit them.
Yeah.
When she specifically said about 2 minutes ago that they were going at 70.
Oh, blimey.
Why are the kids crossing the road at a 70 mile an hour
And do you remember
road?
if the lorry is like in front
The
of...
lorry has stopped.
Oh,
just in
blimey.
front
They're
of
the
them,
first row.
and the brake time was not.
They
long
should have
enough.
shot off those potatoes.
They should have ploughed through those kids and they should
Well,
have
that.
come shooting out of those potatoes. I was like, no, I call bullshit.
Again, this is
Should
pretty
have been one of
horrific
those
to think
RTAs.
at, but this may be me taking it too far. If it is, I'll edit it out. Maybe we didn't see the 6 lines of children before them.
Whoa! All the blood splatter all up the front of the truck. I'm just saying, unless
Yeah.
Gwen had got herself in a bit of a tiz about how fast they were actually going, but if...
It seems weird you'd establish that and then immediately show that.
Yeah, I think the truck literally broke for maybe 2 seconds, had come to a complete stop, and these kids had not been taken out. It was not
feasible.
possible.
No.
Scientifically inaccurate is what it was. But yeah, that's all I was going to say about it.
Maybe the 4, 5, 6 was like, maybe not these kids.
Yeah, what? You might want those.
So they get to London and
Get out
they...
of the truck without being seen, which is a
Yeah.
feat in itself.
Yeah.
This truck driver does an outrageous lack of checking because he sees when they're in Cardiff that there's a strap that's like loose
Yeah.
and waving around,
Yeah.
and the look that he gives is a look of fucking kids,
Shithead,
or
yeah.
and looks in, knowing the cargo that he has and all the places that people could probably hide, and just loosey goosey looks around.
Yeah,
It's like,
just like a
it's
quick
fine.
check.
He doesn't even like yell out and be like, "Is anyone there?"
Yeah, no.
Couldn't care less, could he?
No.
He is making his trip. That's
Yeah.
it.
So Gwen, I think, uses a number to call. I don't think it's Thames House yet, but just civil
She's trying to get
service
through
phone number.
To Britney Jones. Britney Spears. Bridget Spears.
Oh, yeah.
Bridget- oh my god. She's trying to get through to Bridget Spears,
Yes,
isn't she?
but Lois Habiba
Lois
has
Habiba answers and said.
yes, and because I think she's previously spoken to Jack, because when it's all going down, Jack has a
Jack.
conversation with
Yeah.
her, and she saying it's her first day, and she tries to set up a meeting because Gwen's not having a lot of foresight. She's seen that there's been a lot of organising for this
Assassination.
attempt against Torchwood, and just says over the phone,
On
do you know what
Torchwood.
Torchwood is,
Yeah.
Lois? Well, you need us. Gwen Cooper.
Literally giving her all of the information. But I suppose she thinks she's talking to somebody she can trust.
Yeah.
Because he's the guy in the government for them.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be on the same team.
Yeah. And she asks if they can set up a meeting with, I think it's Bridget that she wants.
I think she wants to see.
Or is it John? No, it's John.
She wants
Yeah,
to see
she wants to
him.
see
Yeah, she wants to see Frobisher.
Because he's their guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but she's seen the blank page orders, but she does say, yes, I can do that. And they establish a cafe where they want to go, which I'm fairly sure is the same, if not very similar cafe, where they have K9 out on a table. And
I think it is. Yeah.
This and
Cafe's seen it all.
yeah. And
Very trusting.
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
oh yeah, because we'll get to that. So Lois walks in and introduces herself to, because I suppose she's seen Gwen's picture, so she
Yeah,
knows
She's
to go
looked her
to.
up,
Yeah.
hasn't she? Yeah.
And I think she says she doesn't really know why she's there, but she didn't take up the official sign the Official Secrets Act to cover up murder
Yeah.
or to commit
but
treason on her
yeah.
second
She
day.
is
Confused.
Yeah.
Bless her little cottons.
But bless her in her confusion, because Reese is like, we have a lot to talk about,
We have a lot to talk about.
but man, we need breakfast.
We are hungry.
First.
Yeah. And we're sitting
Money?
in a cafe with Nout, so we need to eat something.
Yeah, and Lois very much comes through for them in that
Yeah, she
moment.
does.
Bless her. But yeah, the point that you were making, Donna, again, outrageously trusting of everyone around them, listing off plans, schematics,
Yeah.
because they're asking
They're not
about
being
Jack,
quiet.
and and Lois is like, oh yeah, he's being held at this facility. Here's all the schematics and stuff, and
Yeah.
Because even if that is a cafe that they do trust the people that work there, there are customers in there.
Yeah, 100%.
they're all weevils in
Doesn't
disguise.
she even say to her, if John was here, you'd be dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the middle of the calf.
Surely some old bastard with that paper's like, sorry, what?
Yeah.
Not John Frobisher.
Yeah, that's that guy.
So I think we get a cut to the facility again where Jack's being
Oh,
held.
but first she says, after all this is finished,
Oh yeah.
Come find
me for a job.
Now
she's handing out jobs willy-nilly.
she is,
she did it with the payroll.
She did it to our Dr. Rupesh.
Yeah.
She was talking about the pay and having to hide shoes from Reese when she first got paid. So, as I understand it, admittedly I haven't done the full research in it, but Lois originally was meant to be a different character. I don't know if either of you know who it was meant to be. It was a reoccurring character. Lois was meant to be Martha. It was meant to be Martha Jones who was going to be...
Okay.
But I think it may have just been down to scheduling or whatever, so they had to write a new character in to be this character.
Was this pre Martha Jones being in?
Well, remember, she would have already been in Torchwood because she was in Torchwood season 2.
Yeah, and Jack says about wanting to contact Martha, but she's on honeymoon.
Honeymoon, yeah.
So I think the intention was there, but they just unfortunately couldn't bring it. So I don't think it would have been the same character because it wouldn't have made sense for Martha Jones. They built Lois up from there, but I think the original idea was that additional team member would have been Martha Jones.
Right.
It's a shame though that
could have been quite cool.
Without dropping any kind of reveal for the end of the series, it's a shame that we don't... I mean, I suppose I kind of am by saying this, but it's a shame we don't get to see Lois after this.
Yeah.
Especially with Gwen saying, if you want a job.
Come find me. Yeah.
Maybe she does get her a job, but it's like a boring admin.
Maybe.
Yeah. In a different Torchwood.
Yeah.
I think she's pretty decent.
Yeah. But we go back to the facility where Jack's being held. I think we see Yanto now, and he's hiding up on a little hill with a set of binoculars.
Yeah.
Now,
where's he got them from?
Where's he got them from?
I think we see a scene earlier where he's just out in some random, presumably Cardiff town, and he thinks he's being pursued, but it's like the letter boy.
It's the newspaper boy.
So maybe he went to a shop.
Knowing Yanto, he definitely carries money on him. Because you saw him do it. He had just like tenors that he was handing out to the kids.
Yeah, he just came in and just like gave the kid a tenner.
Yeah.
Didn't even say hi, just gave her a tenner.
Nah, because Yanto's, as much as he's now a field operative, he probably still gets like the pasties and the coffees and stuff for when the team's out and about. So I think Jack's now fully healed.
He's fully healed, fully naked,
and
chained up.
Yeah, I think the first time we see
I think it's the first time we see it.
Full naked
see all of his
Barrowman.
parts.
Yes, we do.
And he's asking whoever's chained him up to come and face him like a man, to which he's very quickly corrected.
Yeah.
By
a very easily openable hatch in the ceiling.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just a...
Why is that there? Why is there a hatch like that in this ceiling?
Yeah.
But
anyway,
regardless, presumably it's like a reused facility, because this doesn't look like something that they've occupied for long. It looks
but I just feel like it's an odd thing to do.
But it's useful for
it's
what
very
comes
useful
next,
for what's happening.
because we get a very comedic...
Yeah, I can't kill you, but I can contain you.
As the hose pipe comes in.
Horrific.
Absolutely horrific.
He is covered in liquid concrete.
Yeah, you can literally see him like, panic.
I don't know how they filmed that. You can see, I'm guessing it's not Barrowman, but you can see the stunt actor having to like look off to the side, presumably so he doesn't drink whatever this is. Yeah. But still, that
in itself would be quite scary.
Right.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to have to do that more than one take, would you? That's just a one and done.
Well, that and also for the clean-up crew, because they'd be like, for fuck's sake.
Let's move on to the next room.
Yeah.
Start again.
I feel like it's a bit excessive. Surely just having him chained up and locked in that room is done.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we don't, like, Jack has a lot of... No, I don't want to say this. Yeah, we've done toilet humour, I can do this.
Do it.
We know that Jack has a lot of get out of jail free cards in a certain part of his body.
Oh yes.
True.
Yeah.
We don't know whether he has. I can't remember what weapon that was called. Like it's defabricate. No, a laser deluxe or something.
Deluxe.
Yeah.
Where were you hiding that?
Ladies, you don't want to know.
Yeah, no, true. But
So.
okay, no, I just felt like the concrete. Was
Admittedly, she hadn't watched Doctor Who, so we don't know.
Yeah,
We don't know.
It was just a bit of overkill, wasn't it?
just a little. Yeah,
Yeah.
but again, horrific.
Yeah.
He is literally drowning in concrete.
Mm.
Everything is solidifying in his mouth, in his nose, in everything. Awful. I don't know. Sometimes I don't like Jack. I don't know if it's because I just sacrilege don't massively like John Barrowman, but like it's like, he's a troublesome man. He is a troublesome man. We don't need to. It's fine, but like I feel for him in this episode. He has been blown to shreds, regrown, and is now getting suffocated in concrete. It's awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
And I'll say later on about what he goes through later on in this episode too.
Yeah.
He goes in what?
So
I have notes.
no, so do I, and they're not in the right order. So Lois, during this meeting with Gwen and Reese, stated that there was a funeral director's service that was going into this facility, and they might be able to apprehend them and take the place of the what as the episode calls them, body snatchers.
Body snatchers.
I
love
love
that. I think it's fucking hilarious.
A horrific way that they leave that poor man
Yeah.
tied up, pretty much clothesless,
Yeah,
in a
in a coffin.
on the side of the road.
You're literally putting quite a few people's worst nightmares into realisation.
Yeah. Now, this did dig up an old memory that I think I've actually spoken to you. Don't worry, I haven't found any coffins just out and about.
With men in their boxes in there.
Yeah. I'm in Torchwood. No, it was years and years ago. Probably me saying the area is fairly inconsequential. But nearby to where I live with my dad, there's a lot of fields and woodland. And one day I decided to take my dog on a walk that I'd never been on before, that followed part of the A2 and walked over this really tall, very thin bridge over the road. But I didn't know where the bridge went, because thinking about geographically, there was nowhere for that bridge to go.
Okay.
So I was like, I've got time, I'll just see where it goes.
Go find out.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
I'm taking my very strong King Charles Spaniel dog with me.
Scary dog privilege.
So we did the walk across the bridge, and as I got to the end of it, there was very little in the way of space that I could go, because it was just very dense woodland and stuff, and it didn't. But there was a little trail, and I followed it for a little bit, and it just came to a slight opening just before a field, and in that opening was an abandoned pram.
And you turned around and went home, and nothing bad happened.
Yes, that's exactly what I did.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Just
Absolutely not.
gross.
Yeah.
No, thank you very much.
Absolutely horrific.
Oh, that is,
I would have run.
it's something about abandoned kids and baby things.
Yeah.
Just like, no.
Oh, side story on the side story.
Side story and side story, go for it.
So I used to do ghost investigation.
Why would you- what?
Because I'm an idiot.
He won't be doing them anymore.
I've been doing them for years and years and years.
Dude!
But I like the paranormal. It's cool.
No! No one likes the paranormal!
Thank you.
It's spooky and it's weird and it's fun.
No, thank you.
So, as part of my college course, we had to do a documentary unit, and one of my friends within my friends group said, "Oh, there's this house that my father and I have been decorated. We have to keep on decorating it. It's weird because everyone who moves into it, they have stuff going missing, and things get broken, and we can't really understand what's going on there."
It's fucking haunted, that's what's going on there.
Get away from it.
Sorry.
So they had an investigator. Well, they did had more than that. They had like I can't remember.
Please don't tell me they had an exorcist.
Not an exorcist, but they had, like the classic ghost teams where they have five or six members turn up and go around the house. It was a huge house. It had several acres of land. It was like locked in a weird point in time that I couldn't really deduce. It had like a pantry, an indoor well with a singular orange Lego brick in it.
So a classic fucking haunted house.
Yeah.
That you willingly went in.
An attic that we weren't allowed to go in because apparently that's where the main haunting had happened, and a woman had actually been possessed in that.
Oh my
Jesus.
god. You wouldn't even go in, would you?
No.
Just wouldn't go in.
That's what we went in.
Of course you did.
And we had an investigator with us, quote unquote investigator, because he was very spooked by stuff. Even when we were the interview's still out there, I'll send it to both of you.
No, thank you.
You get to hear my terrible narration before my voice broke. Yeah, he's like freaking out at the slightest noises behind him. But there was also, as well as a pantry, there was also, you know, like in American country houses, they'll have like the two doors that are like not quite at floor angle, they're slightly elevated.
Okay,
you pull them
yeah.
up and there'd be steps down into a basement.
Yes, yeah,
Like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
They had that, which I think spanned the entirety of the underneath the house. I didn't go down in there because you opened it up and it looked like Shelob's lair.
Because
It
you're
was
sensible sometimes.
well, I just don't. I wasn't great with spiders then, and it was a dense webbage.
Right, yeah.
I could do with a little bit, but especially because it was dark in there, there was no light or anything. That seemed like a lot. But I was very glad I didn't go down there because it got far worse than that. So I reviewed the footage afterwards of my colleagues going down in there,
Absolutely.
and fortunately survived. And the only thing in that basement was a tiny little plastic child's table and chairs.
What?
Oh God.
God, I can literally visualise it and I hate
Yeah.
it.
And
That is disgusting.
while I was there, I've still got the cameras.
Why?
I had because I'm not going to throw them away.
But they're possessed!
Yeah.
I put a Handycam camcorder because they had like a wardrobe that was just part of a wall. There was shelves in like an alcove. I put one there, and it was a beautiful day because it was snowing as well. So I had the camera angled at the snow, and I'd left it there for 40 minutes until I lost the footage. And up to that point, I could never bring myself to watch that footage,
The-
Good.
and I could never describe why. Because we watched all the others,
You just can't watch that
I just
one.
couldn't watch that one.
Oh my God. That makes me feel ill.
Yeah,
I hate
and
it.
there were a few repercussions from us filming there as well, but fortunately that happened all within the space of a few weeks and nothing happened since. But but there's you know what, if people really want to know about it, they'll have to find the podcast series that we did where we talked about that.
I won't find
I will not
No.
even... no. I'm
because I will just.
trying to blank it
I
out.
will have nightmares.
I can't even remember how we got onto this.
No.
Coffin.
Ah, yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes, and then
Coffin.
and then pram,
And
and
then
then
pram.
and then haunted.
And then Haunted House.
So back to the episode.
We have kind of skipped skipped a bit of a part of words. Skipped a bit of the episode.
He's freaked you out, isn't
A
he?
little bit, yeah.
Okay,
Because
what we skipped?
we've skipped the construction
Yes,
because Lois
they're
tells
building
them about
something.
that in the calf, doesn't she?
Yes, they're building something in
'Cause
Ten's
the-
house.
Creepy Decker man
Yes.
has deciphered the signals from the 456, hasn't he? And they want them to build something.
Yes, but they don't know what it is.
Don't know what it is.
But they know.
Although
So they
they are
think.
stupid.
So they think. We'll just build it
Just
then.
build it anyway.
Yeah.
Sure.
And they're still having the conversation whether or not it's just Britain or
Mm,
or
Yeah.
not.
yeah, because
Because they're saying we've kept it a secret, so maybe
Yeah.
everyone else.
And the
has.
Prime Minister has just gone, yeah, whatever.
no chatter on the wireless.
Yeah. And then has basically told John he's put him on the front line, hasn't he?
Yeah, that's what the front line's for, John, the first to fall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not even trying to
Harsh.
He's full on said to this man,
be.
you mean nothing to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm saving my own skin.
Yeah.
I
Well, you do mean
not
something
care.
to me. You're just the one to take the hit.
He's
Yeah.
awful,
when it comes.
Awful man.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're building.
And at that point, he doesn't think, well, fuck this then, I'm not going to get involved. He just carries
He just
on.
carries on doing his job. He carries on doing his job.
But I suppose because John Frobisher doesn't have the full context of what the 456 are.
No.
No,
Does he?
I don't
Does
think he
anyone?
does.
I can't remember how involved he was. If he was.
So I think there might be a scene that we never actually get to see where the Prime Minister like relays to him what happened in 1965.
Yeah.
But
But I don't think he was involved with it.
no, he
He's
wouldn't
just-
have been. He would, at that point, not personally at
No,
least.
he's just
No.
dealing with
The now.
the fallout of now.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's so like it's weird though because doesn't he like thank the Prime Minister for letting him do this,
mm,
which is weird in itself. I don't know if he's just trying to be a good
soldier
worker,
for a while.
soldier
Yeah.
for him,
Mm.
and then he's just completely shat on, and
'Cause
goes back to construction.
What this series does beautifully, and it's not really a spoiler, but you can kind of already see it in the working, is it shows that perfect kind of transition over these 5 days, or 5 days,
Yeah.
of a man who's so believing in the system
Yeah,
that he works for, and then becoming more and more disillusioned with it.
yeah, because his little face when he just is told you're the front line boy,
Yeah.
he's like
Yeah,
crestfallen, but just is
Mm.
like, okay, back to work. You can just see
Yeah.
it.
But it's like he hasn't ever thought that before.
Yeah, you
No.
never
Oh
thought
my god, that is what I'm here for.
this man is literally just throwing me to the fucking
Yeah.
wolves,
Mm.
and I have to be okay with this because he's my boss,
Yeah.
and he must be right.
Mm.
I don't know. I just could just see so many things going through his little
Yeah.
face, and I was like, oh my god, and nothing going through the prime minister's.
Yeah.
Literally stone fucking cold.
yeah,
I really liked it. I thought it was a really good
Mm.
little scene.
yeah. So Gwen and Reese have disguised themselves as undertakers and arrive at the facility.
Well, Reese has disguised himself.
Oh, yeah, Gwen's just in her
Gwen's
leathers,
wearing
but-
exactly the same stuff that she was near assassinated in.
But I suppose dark leathers, you know.
Yeah, Dark Leathers works for it,
Yeah.
for an Undertaker.
And there's a little bit of conversation where the guard misinterprets who they're there for,
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and he thinks that it's just some other colleague that he works with
Yeah,
has
it's like,
died.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
when did that happen?
He owes me money.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
Really
and then
weirdly
he's just
placed
like,
humour.
yeah, she's like, no, that's the contact. He's like, that's all right then.
Yeah.
Someone's still dead.
Yeah. Literally, some poor fucker's still dead
Yeah.
and being held here.
Yeah.
And I think they said, well, in pretty much the next scene, that they don't usually have bodies here, but they have 3. I think I was struggling originally to
Do
work
we
out.
find out who number 3 is?
I think number 3 is the guy who was dead on the slab.
Oh.
Because think about it, they've got Rupesh Pathanjali there, so it makes sense that
Yeah.
they'd just have the other body there,
I'd forgotten about that.
Oh yeah.
the one that Rupesh had. Because we find out that Rupesh had killed him.
Killed him. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. He said
Yeah.
they killed him because he fit in with the story.
Mm.
Yeah.
Horrific.
Awful. People are awful.
Yeah.
Aren't they?
Reese continuing to be beautifully blundering into a situation and almost blows the cover when this other guard starts to flirt
Full on
with,
Yeah.
flirt
with Gwen.
Gwen.
She is married and pregnant.
So you can forget it, mate.
And just Gwen's face of shut up.
It's like literally murder eyes. Like, I'm going to kill you. I
Yeah.
don't care if you're the father of my unborn child. I'm going to kill
What
you.
are you doing?
And I think she waits for the corporal to get get the call over the system from control.
Oh yeah, because she takes out the camera. Hey.
Yeah, but she takes him out as well.
Yeah.
And then takes out the camera.
No, she takes the camera out.
Camera out first.
And then the guy
Oh,
says, "Is
yeah,
everything good?
yeah.
Your camera's
Oh, yeah,
good."
he
And
says,
he's like,
yeah, everything's
yeah,
fine,
we're
yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
And then he gets a gun to the face
Yeah.
And
in the
Gwen-
non-lethal way.
Yes, which is rare for Torchwood.
Yeah.
He wasn't shot in the head. And
And then after that, she's not so stealthy. She
No.
just looks at the camera and points at it.
Yeah. There's no like.
I suppose in her mind, it's like they're going to start to deduce if all their cameras are going down
Yeah.
all at
Yeah,
once.
this isn't quite as simple as
No.
putting the wool over the eyes of a care home.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
Claire-
he's made his grand escape, hasn't
Oh, we
he?
forgot about Claire.
We forgot about
Clem.
Clem, who's literally just been
Clem
sitting.
admittedly is not in my notes.
He's literally just been sitting in the communal lounge, isn't he?
Yeah.
Catches whiff of
Yeah.
of some soldiers, and just leaves.
I can't remember the reason because this is
Bolts
part of anti-terrorist. Why? Who's been like?
Because Gwen got Yanto to search his name in the system,
Oh yeah,
Both
so he's
names.
flagged up.
so he's been
Flagged.
flagged up.
So they're like, he's someone of importance.
Because I would imagine his name is connected. His real name is connected.
yeah, to the fact that.
So it's
Well, would it be?
flagged.
Well, I would assume that they'd have had a record of the kids that had been sent in 1965, and for his name to now suddenly be
I
brought
don't know.
up.
Would they have? Because surely that's just another incriminating thing. It's
Well, they've
easier to
kept
say.
all the
It's
other
easier to
stuff
say that
Kept
12.
everything else.
True. Okay.
I just think that because his name is now, how
Oh, yeah,
many
'cause-
years, 40 odd years later, been brought up again, that someone's gone, oh shit, maybe he's still alive. What the fuck's going on now?
Because they do say he was part of like a care home, but then that's where the records end.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they give him a new name when they find him at 11, don't they? Because he didn't tell you his name.
Yeah.
Tell him his name.
Smart kid.
But yeah. But
Um,
has just run out the building.
Yeah.
yeah.
No one's seen him. They've just left these people on their own in the communal lounge with the door wide open, and he's just gone.
Yeah. And that's
Not in
is
a
that
very speedy
psychiatric
way.
facility.
He's just,
Yeah.
He's in a
'Cause, I mean,
psychiatric facility.
Mine's not. And we don't do that.
Yeah.
Everyone's always watched.
Yeah. You'd have thought so. But
Yeah, but
he's
yours
just
is
off
quite
and
a nice end, kind of higher up.
Yes.
Home, isn't it?
And we look after residents with dementia.
Yeah.
So we always make sure that they are contained and safe.
These guys don't give a fuck.
They apparently have one staff member.
Yeah, it's the same woman, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's just off and gone. Not in a very speedy run, and
No.
he's still not caught.
No.
And he's been wandering around, hasn't he? Trying to get stuff out of a pub.
Yeah, screaming that they're coming. I
Yeah,
can
can't you
smell them.
At the barmaid.
I don't know.
Barmaid very calm about it.
Really calm.
I don't know if
actually, yeah.
he's been arrested at this point. I can't remember if it
I
pleads
think that
over.
happens towards the very end. Of the
Yeah, because he
Yeah.
walks into another pub and he's rummaging through a
Somebody's
wallet,
stolen
kind of
a
muttering,
wallet,
and you
yeah.
can see that there's a picture in it that doesn't look like him.
Yeah.
Presumably, she calls the police very
Is this-
quickly.
We might be branching into episode 3. Is that in
Ooh.
episode 3?
Possibly.
I don't remember that bit.
Yeah, well,
I think that's in episode
that might be in
3.
episode 3.
Whoops.
Bit of sizzle. for you.
Spoilers! Either way, he's out and about.
He's out and about, not arrested. He's fine.
He's just having a
Who got
wander.
arrested? No,
No, not
arrested.
Glenn.
I was just thinking, was I not paying attention?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm 100% sure this happens in episode 3.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll get to that next
Yeah.
time.
we will.
At least I got some time to watch it this time.
So the alarm's
Oh yeah, okay,
been
yeah,
set
yeah.
off.
Yeah,
Now that all the cameras going off and they see that something's amiss.
and we're trying multiple rooms. To
Yes.
find Jack.
Yeah.
We
Yes.
find the other body, and then we will. Now, would the door
No.
open? No, I didn't think it
The
would.
door
Yeah,
wouldn't open.
absolutely.
Especially because
not.
you see like the bolts.
Yeah.
Like that door surely would be perfectly
Yeah.
cemented in.
Yeah.
Unless they had lined the room with
like
plastic,
sheets of, yeah.
it would be you couldn't
No.
get into that room.
No.
Even if you'd shot off the lock like she did.
Yeah.
No. But there's multiple things that go.
Oh yeah. I hope that one of them's the one I've got
let's
because
find out.
yeah, let's get that. But first of
Bet
all,
it is.
they're cornered in a corridor and Gwen's
Yes.
off. Now, I was saying this to you, Donna, because when you arrived earlier today, you were watching that last part of the
Yeah,
episode.
this is roughly where I had to start when I got here.
Right. Okay.
Was
okay.
the recoil on her pistol insanely strong?
Yes.
Because she is there, like full on 90 degreeing that pistol. As you
Yeah.
Now, admittedly, it's been some time since I fired a pistol, and I was holding it with two hands when I fired it, but
Yeah.
I don't remember the recoil being that insane.
Handgun wise, I've only fired a revolver, so I
Hmm.
don't know. But again, it's a two-handed job.
Yeah.
It is a bit jolty, but not bad.
No. And she looks like she's not even trying to stop you. You try and stop that.
You've got to.
Yeah.
The follow through.
Because otherwise you're going to lob it over your shoulder.
I love that you two have experience, and I'm just like, BB gun or paintball gun.
You've got to try your best to keep
Yeah.
it in line with where you've aimed, because even if you move it ever so slightly, you're sending the bullet in a completely different trajectory.
One of my
So-
friends even did the Charlie's Angel pose. I've still got the shell in my cabinet in my room.
Of course you do.
But
yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, because she goes up as she's firing, so it would just be.
yeah, she'd be missing. left,
Flying
right, centre.
away.
She is shooting like a stormtrooper.
Yeah. A bit.
Well, that's why.
Yeah.
She's at least got her eyes open.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true. She does.
But
yeah.
She realises that she's outgunned,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and she lowers her pistol, but not entirely because there's some bullshit about to happen.
There's some bullshit.
Now, Pete, did you want to take
so
this?
she was gonna surrender, though. She was.
Yeah, because she
surrendering.
didn't know about Jan.
Yeah.
About this.
So yeah, she was surrendering though. Oh, your face.
This is all just bullshit.
Yes.
There is no way that a telehandler that size would not have crumpled, ploughing itself into a wall, would not have physically been able to lift a room full of concrete. And why is the room full of concrete on a wooden fucking pallet that you can get your forks into? And lift
Which
up?
presumably it has to be, because there's no way he could have dug it under the
Also,
foundation.
how fucking good of a telehandler driver is Yanto? When has he driven this to be able to? There's no.
That's how we got into Canary Wharf, when he was getting his sergeant girlfriend out. I know a good few telehandler drivers, and they are very experienced. I know no one that would have been able to hit that target that smoothly, because if he'd have just driven in, and then driven back out in the speed he did, you'd have just gone in and out. You need to go in, lift up and tilt, and then reverse. Awful.
So I said, when I watched it, how has he got the exact right place in that wall?
Yes.
Exact.
I
He
did
was
say
like, but he had some binoculars.
he did see the room where that. Come on, he did. He saw the big old tube of cement.
Yes, I grant you. But there's no way. There's no way. And also, there's not enough of a run-up.
No.
Because there was trucks and a hill. And also, why the fuck did he bother putting the hard hat and the UV on? UV? Oh, the high-vis jacket on. No
It's
need.
part of his inconspicuous infiltration, peeps.
Absolutely awful. And also, what we were saying, about the concrete being attached to the door,
Oh yeah.
it's attached to the fucking brickwork.
Yes, it
Those
is.
brickworks, if we're going by the state that is not stuck to the door, should have just crumpled.
Because it also,
Also-
wasn't stuck to either of the side walls either.
But it was attached to the back. You do see that it's attached
Yeah.
to the back.
Yeah! And also, the speed at which he'd have gone in, that would have shunted forward and killed both Reese and Gwen almost instantly, because they'd have got fucking bull smacked by a lump of fucking concrete. I love Torchwood, but this is shit.
I'd love it that our podcast would become so popular that we'll be able to do like real swordsmen and people like that. They come in and review things. You'll be able to rally all of your people that you know who drive these, sit them down and be like, check out this shit.
I'd be like, Andy, Simon, get in here.
Yes. But,
Bullshit.
Yes.
Gwen then forgets how to shoot, and
Yes!
everyone forgets how to shoot because
Everyone forgets how
she's
to
driving.
shoot.
They're not driving that quick. Admittedly, quicker than they should be given all the issues you just listed off.
Yes.
But still not that fast. So people with machine guns should be able to hit her at that range.
Yeah,
And-
because Yanto can't see.
No,
The way he's lifted that, he can't see.
and she's not taking cover. She's just hanging off the
Yeah.
scaffolding framework of that thing.
I do love when they got back together and then she was just like, took your time?
Yeah, alright. Savage, this is
Like
not
you
where you
fucking
last
know.
had ice cream, is it? You did not last have ice cream here, so give the guy a break.
Yeah, I bet she was like, Yanto, you pissed me off for the last time. You better come with a forklift when I need you. Yeah, because they hadn't listed off a place to meet, but they listed off the forklift contingency plan.
Yeah.
Whatever that looked like. So they
You
drove.
need a license to drive that thing, so he's breaking the law.
Okay, now
Wow.
there's a lot of breaking the law in episode 3. We'll get.
Oh,
to,
yeah, there is.
there is a lot of.
I
it.
think that's the worst thing that's happened so far.
Exactly. The complicatedness of turning one of the fuckers on. He'd have had to be sat there in the car park for a bit going, right, this lever does this button does this. He'd have had to figure it out.
It's the quietest one of those things has ever driven up.
really
to
quiet.
a wall. Even though I'm sure you'd hear it through the wall.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
They were preoccupied.
Especially
Firing
when they
weapons.
reverse, because they all go beep, 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 beep as they reverse, and he would have had to line himself up.
Maybe we need to do like a realistic cut where they're still having that monologue, but you can hear
Yeah.
you can hear Yetta.
And you go,
Shit. Fuck.
Yeah! Oh, not quite.
So they drive away.
They drive away.
Yeah.
But before they make their complete daring escape, they're wanting to create a roadblock.
Yeah.
And what other way than to grab the world's most explosive?
Where is that from? What was that?
That's the cement mixer
Is
that
that
they
the
use.
cement
Yeah, that's the
mixer?
cement mixer they use for the cement.
Why is it so explosive?
I don't know. And Gwen doesn't, as you pointed out, Donna, Gwen doesn't really shoot towards the fuel tank. It's just
No.
vaguely at the floor. Admittedly, this whole scene is obviously shit. But this bit at the end is particularly egregious because you see, like, she doesn't wait for
She
Reese
does
to
not
get out
wait
of
for
the
him
way.
to go.
No. Because this is a large enough explosion to cause a roadblock. Reese needs to be further away.
Yes, he's dead.
Yeah.
On fire, at least.
Yes.
Yeah.
Covered in concrete and on fire. But it goes up, but you see like a After Effects style flame eruption.
Yeah,
And then you never
it's
see-
very.
It's very 2009.
You never see the wreckage. I think you just see some flames and like
Yeah.
a wall or something that's obscuring
Yeah.
the debris that definitely isn't there.
Yep.
To which they're like, I can't possibly follow him now. And
Yeah, an anti-terrorist calls John again.
I love the nicknames
Yeah.
that get used in this show.
he needs to hire someone better.
Yeah, she's like, they got away.
Yeah.
He's like, what?
You're using your sniper again. But now we had a good laugh about this at the end of the episode because they drive to a quarry that is a quarry.
It's a real.
It's
using
an-
it as a quarry.
It's a quarry that's a quarry.
A quarry.
A quarry that isn't the Ood sphere.
How far away is this quarry?
I don't know.
Because that truck, that telehandler is not going very fast.
No.
I have so many issues. with
Presumably
this.
there are a lot of distressed citizens that have just...
Yeah,
you know,
like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? Yeah.
not only that being carried along, but Gwen probably still holding her pistol by
Yeah.
her side and God knows what else. Andy's put out a "Don't worry" call order around
Yeah.
police.
But yeah, we're at the quarry.
Yes, and we do get one of my favourite pieces of Torchwood music. It's
It's quite
a
nice.
fantastic piece. It's called "Torchwood is Coming," and you hear it later in the
Oh,
series.
right.
And now
It's ridiculous.
it's the quickest way, but
It's ridiculous.
It's not merciful.
Absolutely ridiculous. This is more
It
of my
just-
notes.
Oh, okay.
I've got notes on this as well.
Okay, do you two want to take this? Because
You go first, and then I'll
Yeah.
fill in.
Lifting something that heavy up that high on that telehandler, he would have fallen forward.
That's
But
what
he
I said.
put
That's
the
what I
little-
said. This,
he
this
put the
is-
little flaps out.
That doesn't make it better.
That makes it sturdier, but the back end of it is still lifting up, and you're
Concrete
done.
is so heavy,
Concrete is so heavy
and
that
they
machine
parked
wouldn't have
so
allowed it.
far away, and they had to just keep going.
Yeah,
Let's keep extending. Keep extending.
yeah.
Just
That boom
drive
did
to
not
the edge.
literally, and just tip it out.
Yeah.
And then dropped it.
Mm.
He'd have broken every single bone.
Yeah.
He should have been at least cut in half
He
or
should have been
something.
at
He should
least-
have been
Yeah,
not a bit of a dusty boy.
he should
Yeah.
have been broken.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Not a scratch. Not anything. Just.
Mm.
Hi guys.
Yeah, I'm naked. His fucking shackles didn't even break.
No.
They'd have shattered.
Wait, he's even wearing shackles?
Yeah, he's still shackled.
Oh, is he still shackled?
Where he's been chained to the wall. They've
Oh.
come away from the wall, but he is still attached.
Oh. I do like that he doesn't put on the coat that he gets given. He just
That's very
swaps it over his
well,
shoulder.
character, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like,
he
just
don't care, does he?
But yeah,
Now,
he'd have
I-
been dead again.
Yeah.
Well,
like
yes.
shattered.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
Is that your notes?
Yes. It was just him with the. It braces it so it wouldn't tip over. Yes, it would.
It would have tipped over.
Yes, it
big
would.
time. Absolutely.
Just shows that they used some polystyrene instead of.
100%. 100%.
Because no.
But we cut away from the quarry because, if I'm remembering correctly, the tank is ready.
The tank is ready.
Tank is ready. Now,
God.
this is my weirdo moment.
Weirdo of the week.
With Mr.
Mr.
Decker.
Decker, yeah.
Because what is happening here?
He's getting off on this big time, isn't he?
Is he like the guy? I can't remember which Alien film it is. And I don't know if you've seen all the Alien films, Pete.
Yeah.
Is it Alien 5 or whatever, where there's like a scientist who's captured 3 aliens and he goes up to the glass where they are and he kind of like mimics their mouth movements, but then opens his mouth and kind of does like a little... to
I
them.
think that is number 5, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
one of the later ones.
Yeah.
But I'm getting that energy.
That's
from...
Gross.
Yeah.
I can understand being like, behold my big fucking fish tank, but
I don't even know if I can understand that.
no,
This guy's
I'd probably do that.
creepy.
He's very proud of what he's made,
Well, I get it.
even though he doesn't know what it is.
But what's
really.
with that?
But like, why?
Breathe on the glass.
Yeah,
What's with that?
creepy and holding it like that.
Yeah.
And also just, he's purposefully creeping out John.
John's gone at this point.
No, but before, when they're all three of them are standing
Oh,
looking in front of
yeah.
it,
And
he's just
He's saying like
saying
it's,
some really weird shit.
he's saying it's laid out like a ambassadorial suite, but who knows, possibly a
A
slaughterhouse.
slaughterhouse.
Yeah.
He's being really overtly creepy.
Yeah.
But I suppose
And then said something about what happened in 1965. He brings that up at one point and says
Yeah.
something to him, like really accusingly.
So he
And
knows.
then he leaves.
He knows something. Yeah.
It feels like he does know something, or at least he knows that this is shit about to
well,
go down.
given what we
He's
see,
so creepy.
what we see him do later in, I think it's the end of episode 4, reacting to a
Yes.
certain thing, he's very prepared
Yeah,
for that situation.
Don't know.
yeah.
So you might be right.
He's just
Do
creepy.
you think the 456 have given him more prior instructions? Is like I'll be keeping this, you know?
I don't know, maybe.
'Cause he's the only one that's-
translated it.
Yeah.
He's just another awful human being in this whole situation. And that whole breathing against the glass thing,
Yeah.
and the fact that he's remembered all of the chemical elements of the
Yes.
gas,
And even down to the percentages of
Mm.
them.
that's a lot to retain in your head
Yeah.
for an unknown,
Definitely.
an uncommon quantity and mixture. It's just he screams creepy vibes.
And he just said, so he was just like, so basically poison. And he doesn't seem that bothered about the fact that they've created a poison chamber.
tank that if it,
Bridget, there's some in your teeth.
it's just
He
he's
makes
horrible.
he makes a bit of a, I don't know if it's a backhanded comment to Bridget, where he's like, "Oh, might want to hold your nose, Bridget." But as I understand it, you've been doing that your whole life.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure what that's in reference to.
I don't know.
Does she just have a big nose, or?
or is it that she's been stuck dealing with everybody's shit?
Oh yeah.
Maybe
Mm,
she's a bit of a dog's body at points, isn't she?
yeah.
But she's having none of his shit. John's
No.
having none of his shit.
No.
It's like
I am
he's
not impressed
completely
with him.
no. It's like he's completely forgotten that everybody could be at stake here.
Now, I'm not coming to his defence at
Yes,
all.
you are.
You're about to.
But as a man who works at least not in the same department, but as part
Yeah.
of overall the same outfit, I know people who I work with who have weird tendencies and they just say odd things.
Fair.
So if you can imagine Mrs. McCready from Balamory. I work with a lady who's very similar to her in terms of just,
Above me, saying.
well, she doesn't quite get out the, don't look out the window what the weather is, kids. Look at my plastic wheel.
Kooky.
But yeah, she's a lovely lady in all respects. But she does have weird moments where she has odd outbursts. Like she'll be asked by a colleague going out for lunch, "Is there anything you'll need?" And she'll look up from her desk and be like, "Machine gun and 3 bags of cocaine," and then just back to her.
Brilliant.
Oh, God.
So
Yeah, I take it back. I do like her.
I like her.
So, working somewhere like that in an office situation, I can, and it's not just her. It does happen with a lot of people that I work with when you've
Yeah.
worked, and we've established that this man essentially lives in this cupboard. That's where he's worked in Thames
Yeah.
House for however long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, 'cause
Possibly
he does
by
say,
himself.
doesn't he? He's like,
Yeah.
no one comes to my little corner
Yeah,
anymore. Yeah.
he's kind of like the scientist in Independence Day. He's just
Yeah.
very
I suppose,
quirky.
given how we all met, we do know bantery things happen among people that you get close with. But maybe he's just
He's got close to himself,
and
but
not
not anybody
understood.
else.
He's not understood that he's not close with these people.
Yeah, maybe.
But I suppose that might happen. Like a lot of people kind of went that way after lockdown. They developed little quirks and stuff,
Yeah.
and just
Yeah.
being with themselves and didn't really know how to socially
Yeah,
integrate
that's
with people. So I'm not coming to his defense because he does do a lot of weird stuff. But I think there's a foundation as to why that is. At
Yeah.
least.
He's a weird man.
Yeah.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
Weird, creepy old man.
yes.
But unless I'm mistaken, isn't that more or less where the... Well, do we get anything else or is that it? I feel like there's a little bit more, but I haven't noted anything.
I already can't remember.
I think
Mm.
that might be
Pretty
it.
much the end.
Yeah.
Because we haven't had any more freezing kids.
No, because we don't get that until the
No.
tomorrow.
Yeah, they've said tomorrow, haven't they?
Yeah.
That's something, isn't it?
That might be it.
Yeah.
We are at the end
I
of
think so.
Day 2.
day
And
2.
a lot has happened. A lot of bullshit has happened.
Wait, have we
Yes.
had...
Ooh.
No, I don't think we have had yet.
Oh.
I think that might be episode 3. So,
maybe don't say it, and if we forgot about it and it's not in episode 3, we
well,
can
has anything else happened with Stephen?
No, not really.
No.
No. Okay, so we're not at that yet.
No, she phoned.
She's tried to call Jack.
Yeah, she's tried to phone
a
him,
good
and she's
few
left him
times.
a message.
Yeah.
Ooh, and the government have found her. Auntie terrorist knows where she is.
Mm.
And they're trying to figure out who she... Ooh, they don't know. They don't know, do they? They don't know that it's Jack's
No.
daughter.
No.
They just know that there's some connection because there's a name that's
She's
being
part
used
of a
as like an
witness
undercover
protection
name.
program, yeah.
Yes.
But we
So
don't,
they're in danger.
yes, but we don't
But not yet.
see it yet. So that is day,
So that might be it.
that is day 2. Thank you very much once again, Pete and Donna.
Ooh, no, I'm kidding.
For joining me once again for this lead up to Christmas.
Happy Christmas.
Happy
Merry
Christmas.
Christmas.
And hopefully you'll join me again for not just you two as hosts, but also our audience for the last 3 days of
Maybe
this
2.
mini
Think about it.
series.
Yeah.
If they want to, well, no, I'm doing it. I'm doing it for the masses. I'm not doing it built off any of my own experiences. Especially say like Christmas Day. If your family have said, just making stuff up, you can't watch Doctor Who on Christmas Day. But you do have your little wireless earbuds with you. You can put one in while you're having to play games that you probably don't want to play.
Oh, man.
And enjoy a bit of Doctor Who nonsense with your favourite.
It's definitely nonsense.
But we have
quite
fun.
emotional nonsense.
Yeah.
Christmas Day is going to be mean.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Have fun!
But it's alright because Reese has a funny joke at the end of the episode.
Yeah, that's true.
But thank you so much for joining me once again. If you do have any comments, do feel free to put them into the necessary comment. I was about to say holes and then slots, and neither are good. We have a Twitter now. You'll find us at Never Ever Eat Pears, at Pears Never Eat, because apparently Never Ever Eat Pears was taken.
Oh,
No
what?
way.
Yeah.
Can you just make one and not remember?
No,
Oh,
I
okay.
wouldn't have done it. I don't think I've done anything for Doctor Who Twitter
How
related.
strange.
It's rude.
Yeah.
Unacceptable.
I
Yeah.
kind of want to see what they've done.
Yeah, same.
But until the next time, the three of us are heading into time and space.